All right, we got the task of a national renewal. You go ahead and move this right here. All good things we see around us, from physical infrastructure to our high standards of living, to our exceptional freedoms, as direct results of America's unity, stability, and justice, all of which in turn rest on the bedrock of our founding principles. Yet today, our country is in danger of throwing this inheritance away. The choice before us now is clear. We will choose the truce of declaration, or we will fall prey to the false theories that have led too many nations to tyranny.
Excuse me?
Yes, ma'am.
It can't be recorded because where you're aiming at, that's part of CNN.
So what if I'm at the public sidewalk? I can aim at CNN still at the public sidewalk.
That's how it is. I told you they was
All right. We will take two again. Actually, here, I won't end this, guys. You guys will. We have this officer here who claims to be an officer. He could be one of 3 agencies. Thank you for all your time. I appreciate it. You were very helpful. You were a lot more respectful than he was. That is crazy. This is the most difficult time I've had, and I'm almost halfway through the book.
Okay, so he told me that he doesn't have a problem with you filming from the sidewalk.
Of course, he already told me that.
Okay, but he said that he's already told you not to film in front of the building.
So now he's going to consider it trespassing.
He's not playing no games, man.
I know,
don't
because
want
think
you
of
to
the
get
threat.
arrested.
Think of the threats they get here,
I
dude.
don't want you to get arrested. I don't
Nah,
want you to get arrested.
I know, dude. I don't like fucking feds, especially the ones that work for CNN. Excuse my language. My God, I have not been through this yet. This is incredible. I've heard about this shit. This is crazy. Excuse my language, guys, but I cannot believe this. Being approached by a Fed outside the CNN building. All right, we're about to do a take 2.
Okay, so
We'll do it with.
over here. You can catch the angle of the building a little bit.
And actually, I don't even like. Really? 'Cause I don't even want to be on this brick stuff. They could be like, we own the brick. You're standing on our brick.
Sort of, kind of,
No,
not really.
I'm not getting that. No, they're making sure I'm not getting what I want. That's okay. I'll get the Fed in the background, maybe.
You do what you gotta do, man.
I'm going to. I was in the middle of it. I got permission twice from 2 different people, and then got the permission shut down twice by 2 different people.
Just trying to make sure.
And she explained to me, the security officer lady explained to me that they have permission from these different owners to keep people, citizens, away. So even though this is a different facility here, that's a different facility, that's a different facility, they're all under the same fucking Fed guy that kicks everybody out of this whole courtyard is all his.
That's crazy.
Yep. They already got permission from the other owners. The task of national renewal. Let me plug this vape in while I do this. Sorry guys, I can't believe this. This is incredible. Here, we got a good backdrop here. I don't want the bubble anymore. Bubble would have been good for up there. Alrighty. All good things we see around us, from the physical infrastructure to our high standards of living, to our exceptional freedoms, are direct results of America's unity, stability, and justice, all of which in turn rest on the bedrock of our founding principles. Yet today our country is in danger of throwing this inheritance away. The choice before us is clear. Will we choose the truths of the Declaration, or will we fall prey to the false theories that have led too many nations to tyranny? It is our mission, all of us, to restore our national unity by rekindling a brave and honest, we're outside the CNN building, honest love for our country, and by raising new generations of citizens who not only know the self-evident truths of our founding, but act worthy of them. This great project of national renewal depends upon true education, not merely training in particular skills, but for the formation of citizens to remain a free people. We must have the knowledge, strength, and virtue of a free people, from families and schools to popular culture and public society. We must teach our founding principles and the character necessary to live out those principles. This includes restoring patriotic education. I'd like to mention that connected to the CNN building is the Department of Education that deals with all the student loans. This includes restoring patriotic education that teaches the truth about America. That doesn't mean ignoring the faults in our past, but rather viewing our history clearly and wholly, with reverence and love. We must also prioritize personal responsibility and fulfilling the duties we have towards one another as citizens. Above all, we must stand up to the petty tyrants in every sphere who demand that we speak only of America's sins while denying her greatness at home, in school, at the workplace, and in the world. It is the people, and only the people, who have the power to stand up for America and defend our way of life. By their very virtue, by their very nature, families are the first educators, teaching children how to treat others with respect, make wise decisions, exercise patience, think for themselves, and steadfastly guard their God-given liberties. In this, it is good mothers and fathers above all others whom form good people and good citizens. This is why America's founding fathers often echoed in the great Roman statesman Cicero in referring to the family as the seminary of the Republic. They understood that habits and morals shaped in the home determine the character of our communities and the ultimate fate of our country. When children see their mother and father hard at work, they learn dignity of labor and the reward of self-discipline. When adults speak out against dangerous doctrines that threaten our freedoms and values, children learn the time-tested concept of free expression and courageous spirit of American independence. When parents serve a neighbor in need, they model charity and prove that every human being has inherent worth. And when families pray together, they acknowledge together the providence of the Almighty God who gave them their sacred liberty. For the American Republic to endure, families must remain strong and reclaim their duty to raise up morally responsible citizens who love America and embrace the gifts of the responsibilities of freedom and self-government. The primary duty of schools here at the Department of Education, right next door to CNN here in Washington, D.C. The primary duty of schools is to teach students basic skills needed to function in society, such as reading, writing, and mathematics. As discussed in Appendix 4, our founders also recognized a second and essential task. Educators must convey a sense of enlightened patriotism that equips each generation with a knowledge of America's founding principles, a deep reverence for their liberties, and a profound love of their country. Make no mistake, the love we are talking about is something different from romantic or familial love. Something they cannot be imposed by teachers, schools, or government edicts, least of all in a free country. Like any love worthy of the name, it must be embraced freely and be strong and sentimental enough to coexist with the elements of disappointment, criticism, dissent, opposition, and even shame that come with moral maturity and open eyes. But it is love all the same, and without deep foundation it supplies, our republic will perish without it. State and local governments, not the federal government, are responsible for adopting curriculum that teach children the principles that unite, inspire, and ennoble all Americans. This includes lessons on the Revolutionary War, the Declaration of Independence, and the Constitutional Convention. Educators should teach an accurate history of how permanent principles of America's founding have been challenged and preserved since 1776. By studying America's true heritage, students learn to embrace and preserve the triumphs of their forefathers while identifying and avoiding their mistakes. States and school districts should reject any curriculum that promotes one-sided partisan opinions. You guys should look at Project Veritas. They have been looking into some schools that are showing one side, that are exposing vice principals and other people who are undercover, said that they're pushing their liberal ideas on the students, elementary school students. State and school districts should reject any curriculum that promotes one-sided partisan opinions, activists, propaganda, or fictional ideologies that demean America's heritage, dishonor our heroes, or deny our principles. Anytime teachers or administrators promote political agendas in the classroom, they abuse their platform and dishonor every family who trusts them with their children's education and moral development. I'm talking about you, Koskov Elementary. I'm talking about you, Trinity School up in New York. And there's more to come too. Thank you, Project Veritas. Law and liberty cannot rationally become the object of our love, wrote Founding Fathers James Wilson. I'll read that again. Law and liberty cannot rationally become the object of our love, unless they first become the objects of our knowledge. Students who are taught to understand America's exceptional principles and America's powerful history grow into strong citizens who respect the rule of law and protect the country they know and love. Ashley Babbitt!
Ashley Babbitt.
Ashley Babbitt!
Ashley Babbitt.
Ashley Babbitt!
Ashley Babbitt.
And here we got a quote from George Washington. Promote, then, as an object of primary importance, institutions for the general diffusion of knowledge in preparation as the structure of government gives force to public opinion. It is essential that public opinion should be enlightened. CNN. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, guys, before the undercover CNN Fed doesn't like what I have to say and tries to revoke my rights. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much.